The first story that we are going to read is, the title of the story is The Rich Man and His Servant. I'm going to read the story and I'm going to explain it as well. A rich man once had a friend living in another city. He started in a carriage. Carriage means a vehicle generally drawn by horsepower which has wheels. You must have seen a vehicle which has wheels and it is drawn by horsepower. So carriage means that it is drawn by horsepower. To meet his friend, he had with him his family and a servant on the carriage. He had to pass through a forest to reach his friend's city. Some hungry wolves attacked the rich man's carriage in the forest. The rich man asked his servant to let loose 2 horses for him and his family to run away. The servant did so, but the wolves reached the horses. Just then, the man's servant jumped down from the carriage and attacked the wolves with his sword. He fought with them bravely. Now the man and his family found it easy to escape. Moral: a faithful servant serve you best. Number 2, wise actions, best results. So it is a story of a rich man and his servant. Once a rich man had a friend who lived in another city. He started his journey in a carriage, and carriage means a vehicle which has wheels and it is drawn by horses. Because he wanted to meet his friend, so he started his journey in a carriage. When he was going, he had him, his family, and a servant as well. And he passed through a forest because he wanted to reach to his friend's city, and on the way he had to pass through a forest. On the way, some hungry wolves attacked the rich man's carriage in the forest. At that moment, the rich man asked his servant to do what? The rich man asked his servant to let loose 2 horses for him because the carriage, it has the wheels and it is drawn by horses. So it means that it has 2 parts. One part is of carriage and the other part is carried by horses. So the rich man asked his servant to let loose 2 horses for him and his family so that they could run away. And the servant did so in the same way as the rich man asked him to do so. But what happened? The wolves reached the horses and attacked the man's servant. And at that moment, what did the servant do? The servant jumped down from the carriage and attacked the wolves with his sword. So he fought with all wolves very bravely and with his sword. Now the man and his family found it easy to escape. And escape means to get free. And in this way, the rich man and his family run away. So the message or the moral that we get from the story is, a faithful servant serve you best. If we are going to have some faithful, honest servant, that servant can serve us best. The second moral that we get, which is also related with the first moral, wise actions, best results. What does this mean? This means that we should always act wisely in all situations, because by doing this we will get best results. So the lesson that we get from the story is that, what is the title of the story? The Rich Man and His Servant. And the lesson or the moral that we learn from the story is, the rich man and his servant, that we should always act wisely in all situations, and by doing this we will get best results. This is the message or this is the moral of the story.